Okay, I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna make the lie saying that I didn't want to make this or that I didn't have to because this is something I wanted to rant about for a long time. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of the fake Nintendo fanboys. I'm not a Nintendo bootlegger. I'm not someone who will defend a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm just someone who enjoys their products and want to enjoy their products. First thought was the scalpers are just butthurt that Nintendo is taking anti-scalper measures because we all know what happened with the PlayStation 5 and Series X fiasco when they launched. Like, Jesus. They were nigh impossible to find, and resellers gotta make a profit, I guess. I saw the videos about people hating on the Switch 2, and to me, it's just absolute fucking gibberish. I had to wait a minute to drop an F-bomb like that. But, point being, I'm just sick of people saying that the Switch 2 is just going to be another Wii U situation, and to me, that's insulting because I love that console when I got it. I absolutely loved it, regardless of how little it sold. It's just, ugh. It's not. Nintendo made this perfectly clear that this is the next generation Switch, not the next general console. It's nothing too gimmicky about it, other than mouse controls, which I would absolutely like to see for myself. I honestly think you can use a USB mouse, but we'll go over that sometime later down the line. I'm personally excited for the Switch 2, that's why I'm looking for work right now, because I used to have a job, but that's like I said, a whole other mess. I could go into another whole rant video. But main point being, it's gotta stop. I know I'm just a small-time YouTube channel that is very much semi-inactive, but I just want to make this because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the fakes. I am absolutely sick of people saying that Nintendo was a scam. Yes, that includes you, Moist Critical. I do like you because you are the voice of reason, but I'm calling you out too because I think you kind of accidentally started a whole outrage because, to quote a Simpsons quote, I know I'm gonna be that, you take a story and blow it way out of proportion because you're pretty much taking advantage of pointless outrage. And it's gotten to the point where I can't just ignore it anymore. I just gotta complain about it. Like, the system is not even out yet. It doesn't even come out. At the time of me recording this rant, it's not. We got 2 months left to wait. That's plenty of time to save up. Plenty of time to save up and buy it. I don't care about the prices. Nintendo games were never cheap. There are images out there showing the price of first parties and SNES games. They were 80, 70, 80, even 90. Games were never cheap. Why do you think there were rental stores back in the day? Oh my god. Look. And I even made a meme in regards to comparing the Switch 2 and the PS5 Pro along with the games. And oh my god, there was this one guy who just absolutely threw a fit. Like a fit of a reply chain that it was utterly hysterical. Like, he claims that it's because he had a bad Wii U experience, and I'm sorry if that's true, but Still, I did not let the failure of systems get to me, and neither did Nintendo. They just learned from what they did wrong and improved upon it. They just improved themselves. And that's what they're doing from Switch 1 to Switch 2. And my god, it's just... God, I'm struggling to find the words here. I swear, common sense has become uncommon since 2020, because that's when my awareness really came in. Like, people are just gonna blow everything out of proportion just to get attention, just to get clout, and that's exactly what these fake Nintendo fans are doing. There's a reason why whenever I say Nintendo fans, I put quotation marks on it, because they're not fans. They're just PC Gaming Incels that just complain that, oh, Nintendo hardware is underpowered. Nintendo prioritizes gameplay over graphics. And maybe the Switch 2 will be an exception, considering that the games themselves look really good. Especially since, well, yeah, I mean, Nintendo's slow, but that doesn't mean they're gonna cheap out on hardware. Like, Jesus. What I meant by that is, Nintendo moves at their own pace. They don't rush out the door with holiday seasons like with Sony or Microsoft. And seeing how those two are ending up right now, I think that brings... I can't think of anything else other than to bring up the main point of this rant. That being, just... I'm done. I'm calling out all the fakes. Demesh, however you announce it, you're a faking crocodile. Your whole fan base is a rabid, brainless idiot circle. Fucking stutter there. And that one guy, I don't know who he is, but he has like a profile picture with a hobo with a very light gray beard. Chad, I don't know what he's called, but all I know is that he also made a video in regards to the Switch 2, and that's just nothing but angry fake talk. Just taking advantage of outrage. I don't know what to say here. Damn it. Phone is blowing up. Anyways, as I'm saying, why would you complain about a console that hasn't come out yet? And the answer to that is for attention, for clout. That's why those two biggest fake Nintendo fans, Demish, the stupid crocodile, they just want clout. They want attention. They want that YouTube ad revenue. Gotta have that avenue. Gotta have money. Gotta pay for fucking rent. Apparently, gotta pay for fucking Samus sex doll. I don't fucking know. They just gotta. See, this is why I rarely rant like this, because it's hard for me to find proper words, but what I'm saying is the truth. These people, they don't like Nintendo. They just like to hate. They like to pretend to be fans of the game, of their games. They like to pretend to be fans of their systems. All just for that sweet, sweet attention. And you want attention? Well, here's my form of attention. Beating you down with the brutal truth. You're not real fans. All you are just fakes who just want to get all the attention, all the subscribers, everything. And honestly, I'm tired of it. You think Nintendo is expensive. You're just ignoring the fact that other gaming corporations out there are going with the assumption that we have all the money in the world. And I could say the same for Nintendo, sure. I'm not going to defend them or their bad actions. I know what they did. I'm not stupid. What I mean by that is Nintendo just keeps going along. They don't cave in to sweaty PC gamers or their demands. And if you threaten them, like directly, because there is a case regarding that. You saw what happened with the whole Nintendo Live Japan incident. They will send police towards you because they're a powerful company. And yeah, making death threats is definitely not okay. I think it's illegal too because it would count as terroristic threats. So, if you want to make complaints about a console, wait until it comes out. If you want to complain about the price beforehand, that's okay. You're just probably coping with the fact. You're probably not coping with the fact that you have to cash out an extra $500. I do understand the prices are a big critical point with that. But Nintendo knows that if you're gonna dish out another $450 to $500, they're gonna make sure that you're not gonna be gameless. That's why they made the Switch 2 backwards compatible with a lot of games. Even partner games are being tested now as we speak, and Nintendo is going to release an update at the end of April. But as I said before, these are not bans. I said this many times in this rant. I know it sounds like a broken record, but that really is the case. I wanted to say this time and time again. These are not fans. These are not friends of Nintendo. They're clout chasers. And what happens to clout chasers? Criticism. And what happens when they can't take criticism? They will send their rabid fanbase to harass, to dox, possibly, and possibly SWAT. All of which, possibly illegal, in fact, if not definitely illegal. And you wanna know why I have the quote-unquote balls to talk about this? Because to bring up a point that Zesty Jesus, the quote-unquote black sheep of the TF2 community, said, it's okay to talk about things you find wrong. It's okay to talk about problems you have as long as you don't make it revolve around you. I'm revolving this around the many, many clout-seeking, attention-seeking crybabies. The fakes, the false, the other sweat-filled outrage. I'm just not a fan of it. And it's gotten to the point where I think we just need to report these people for misinformation, because unless it comes from Nintendo themselves, of confirmation, I do not trust anything these people say. I don't trust game journalists to say it. I only trust the source. And unless it's confirmed, I don't believe you. Here's the bottom line. When Nintendo started the video game business, they were humble back then. And to see the fact that they've grown so much, it's astounding. And like I said, I'm not gonna defend them, but you have to understand, Nintendo goes far beyond video games. They are over a century and a half old. Almost, I think, over a century old. Almost a century and a half old. They've been around for a long time. They know how business will work. And you need to understand, people are gonna get fed up with the bullshit you put up. Including me. I'm done pretending that these fakes are in the right when they're absolutely not. So yeah, just keep complaining about problems, keep demanding Nintendo. It's like they're totally gonna cave into your demands because they care so much about one person. They care so much about a minority of sheltered gamers who prefer high-end gaming PCs and say that, oh, Nintendo's expensive, when you probably spent around over $10,000 worth of PC gaming parts, and if you know who I'm referring to, I don't hate them, even though they're British. And that was mostly a joke. I don't actually mean that. Everyone's equal. Okay. Look. I think I'm just gonna end it here because I probably didn't make any point. I probably went on senseless rambling like you all think, but if you have a brain that's functioning, you'll understand where this is coming from. You'll understand that I am pretty much done with everyone saying that Nintendo is nothing more than a scam, when they've been around for years, providing good memories for those who played their game systems. So, to end this off, all I have to say is, to the fake Nintendo people, shut off your computer, go outside, and do something fucking productive, because what you're doing right here, big no-no. Obviously, I can go into many reasons why you're all like this. I think it's many attributing factors. Okay. And to those who have followed me throughout the years, waiting for me to release actual animation content, thank you for absolute patience. I'm sorry it's taking longer for me to finish everything. But lack of motivation, trying to find a job, because obviously ad revenue is not going to cut it. Yeah. Many factors as to why I'm not uploading. I'm just... many factors. Many factors go into everything. So yeah,